Ever wondered why you feel tensed or stressed out during certain situations? The answer lies in a hormone called cortisol. This small but mighty hormone has a pivotal role in our bodies, particularly when it comes to how we respond to stress. Produced deep within the core of our bodies in our adrenal glands, cortisol is always at the ready, waiting to spring into action. Now you may be wondering why a hormone? Well, hormones are the body's chemical messengers. They travel in your bloodstream to tissues and organs to help them do their work. They affect many different processes, including growth and development, metabolism, sexual function, reproduction, and yes, you guessed it, our response to stress. So, cortisol is the body's primary stress hormone, but what exactly happens when it's released into your bloodstream? Let's find out. To understand cortisol, we need to delve into a bit of chemistry. You see, cortisol is a steroid hormone. The term steroid might ring a bell, perhaps associated with the world of sports and performance enhancement. But in the realm of biochemistry, steroids are simply molecules with a specific four-ring structure. They're quite common in our bodies, playing roles in a variety of functions. Cortisol is one of these steroids produced in the adrenal glands, which perch atop your kidneys like little hats. It's manufactured from a molecule called cholesterol. Yes, that's right. The very same cholesterol often maligned for its role in heart disease is the starting point for cortisol. The process of converting cholesterol to cortisol is quite a journey. It involves a series of enzymes, each performing a specific task, like a production line in a factory. These enzymes tweak the cholesterol molecule, adding here, removing there, until it's transformed into cortisol. Now, cortisol doesn't operate in isolation. It interacts with other substances in the body to produce its effects. One of its main roles is in the body's response to stress. When you're under stress, your body produces more cortisol. This hormone helps to increase your heart rate, blood pressure, and blood sugar levels, preparing your body for a fight or flight response. But cortisol doesn't just ramp things up. It also helps to dial things back down when the threat is past. It does this by interacting with receptors in your brain, signaling that it's time to relax. It's a bit like the conductor of an orchestra, guiding the various players to create a harmonious response to stress. Cortisol is also involved in other functions in the body. It helps to regulate your immune system, your metabolism, and even your memory. It's a versatile and important hormone, but like anything, it's all about balance. Too much or too little can lead to problems. So, cortisol's chemistry plays a crucial role in how it functions, but how does it contribute to stress? Time to uncover that. When you're in a stressful situation, your body goes into fight or flight mode, and cortisol is at the center of this reaction. It's like a chemical alarm system that keeps us alert and ready to face potential threats. But what exactly happens when this alarm goes off? Here's the lowdown. When we perceive a threat or stressor, our bodies react almost instantly. Our adrenal glands, located just above our kidneys, are prompted to release cortisol into the bloodstream. This sudden surge of cortisol triggers a series of physiological changes designed to help us survive. Our heart rate accelerates, our blood pressure rises, and our bodies produce more energy. We're primed and ready to either confront the threat head-on or make a swift exit. But what happens when the threat isn't a predator lurking in the shadows, but rather a looming deadline at work, a heated argument with a loved one, or a global pandemic? In these cases, our bodies can't differentiate between physical danger and emotional stress. So the cortisol keeps flowing, keeping us in a perpetual state of high alert. This is where things can get tricky. Prolonged periods of stress and high cortisol levels can lead to a host of problems. We may find ourselves feeling anxious or depressed. Our sleep may become disrupted, and we may even experience physical health issues like digestive problems, heart disease, or a weakened immune system. It's a bit of a paradox, isn't it? Cortisol, a hormone designed to protect us in times of danger, can end up causing harm if its levels remain elevated for too long. It's like having a car alarm that won't turn off. Eventually, the constant noise becomes more of a nuisance than a help. Clearly, cortisol plays a significant role in our stress response. But what factors influence its activation and deactivation? Stay tuned to find out. The production of cortisol isn't random. Several factors can turn this stress switch on and off. Now let's delve into what these factors are. Firstly, cortisol production can be activated by physical danger. This is a primal response, harking back to our ancestors who needed a burst of energy to escape predators. The body perceives danger, releases cortisol, which then helps us react swiftly and decisively. Emotional stress is another big trigger. Whether it's work-related pressure, relationship troubles, or financial worries, these forms of stress signal to our body that we're in danger, leading to a spike in cortisol. But it's not all doom and gloom. Did you know that simply waking up in the morning can activate cortisol production? This is known as the cortisol awakening response. It's a natural part of our circadian rhythm, helping us kickstart the day. Now, what about deactivating cortisol? This is where the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal or HPA axis comes into play. This complex set of interactions between the hypothalamus, the pituitary gland, and the adrenal glands regulates our reaction to stress, including how much cortisol we produce and when it's deactivated. Rest and relaxation are crucial for this process. Activities like meditation, deep breathing, and even just a good night's sleep can help reduce cortisol levels. These activities provide the body with a signal that it's time to rest and recover, helping to deactivate the cortisol response. Diet and exercise also play a role. Regular physical activity can help manage cortisol levels, while a balanced diet rich in whole foods can support overall hormonal balance. However, it's important to remember that cortisol isn't our enemy. It's a vital hormone that helps us respond to life's challenges. The key is not to eliminate cortisol, but to manage its production so it doesn't overwhelm us. So managing these factors can help regulate your cortisol levels and consequently your stress. Remember, it's all about balance. In conclusion, cortisol is more than just a stress hormone. It's a crucial part of our body's response to stress, acting as a biochemical alarm bell that primes our bodies for action. Its chemistry is intricate, involving multiple organs and processes within our bodies. But this hormone isn't a one-dimensional villain. It's a key player in our daily rhythms, our immune response, and even our memory function. However, when the balance goes awry, when the alarm bell rings too often or too loudly, it can lead to chronic stress. Factors such as lifestyle, diet, sleep, and even our thoughts can influence this delicate balance, turning the cortisol switch on and off. As we've learned, managing these factors can help us regulate our cortisol levels, thereby managing our stress. Understanding cortisol and its role in stress can empower us to better manage our stress levels and overall health. After all, knowledge is power.